Welcome back to the Dazed and Confused podcast, where we trace the tangled history of cannabis in America. I'm your host, Christian Maynard, a doctoral candidate in sociology at Washington State University.
Go Cougs! Yes, go Cougs!
And this is Mr. Cookie. In today's episode, we'll discuss the research that occurred during the Era of Medicalization.
And I was like, yeah, it's going to be called the Eras Tour. See you there.
This was a period when the federal government doubled down on enforcement. Arrests for possession of cannabis continued to climb, yet public opinion steadily shifted towards being in favor of legalization. At the same time, key national surveys tracked changing adolescent use, risk perceptions, and availability, giving us a window into how young people experience cannabis during the eras. Throughout the era of medicalization, the per 100,000 arrest rate for cannabis possession offenses climbed rapidly from 146 in 1993 to 212 in 2011. Notice the jump in arrests during the Clinton administration. That is the likely result of the 1994 crime bill, which included provisions like the Three Strikes Law, a driver in mass incarceration, especially among the poorest in the country. Broader public opinion continued to support legalization throughout the era of medicalization. In 1995, 25% of respondents supported legalization. By 2011, 50% of respondents shared this belief. Throughout the era of medicalization, key surveys continued to track trends in adolescent usage. Each of these discussed surveys provide a representative sample of the U.S. adolescent population. In 1993, the NSDU, which is the survey delivered at homes, reported that 10% of 12th graders had used cannabis in the past year. By 2011, 14% had used cannabis. In 1993, MTF, the survey delivered at schools, reported that 26% of 12th graders had used cannabis in the previous year. By 2011, 36% of students had affirmed this. Notice the difference in past year use based on the location that the survey was administered. MTF also tracked two key influential factors related to cannabis use among adolescents: perceived risk and availability. In 1993, 73% of 12th grade students reported that regular cannabis use was a great risk. However, by 2011, only 46% affirmed this position. As for availability, the percentage fluctuated slightly but generally hovered around 83%. In 1993, the YRBS, which is a school-based survey, reported that 41% of high school students had used cannabis in their lifetime, whereas 18% had reported using cannabis in the previous 30 days. By 2011, 49% of students indicated that they had used cannabis in their lifetime, with 28% reporting use in the previous 30 days. The overall trend indicates that adolescents consistently found cannabis accessible, regardless of federal policies, drug enforcement strategies, or potentially medical legalization. That wraps up our look at the era of medicalization, where public opinion shifted, adolescent surveys revealed changing patterns, and yet arrests for cannabis possession continued to rise. Next episode, we'll look at the era of legalization. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider supporting my work on Patreon, where your contributions help me translate this type of key research into a more accessible format, such as a podcast or videos. And if you're listening on YouTube or your favorite platform, don't forget to comment something like,
This is why I don't leave Philly, all right? You leave Philly and bad shit happens. I mean, trees? Everywhere trees? What the hell is this place? All right, I'm hitching a ride back home.
and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes.